Good morning and welcome to episode 1609 of Hard Factor. It is Monday, December 16th, 2024. Thank you for cheating on the news with us. 80-ish% accuracy guaranteed on this podcast. Patreon.com/Hard Factor if you need more Hard Factor. Today, we've got a psychotic preacher with Mark. He'll tell us about it.
Yeah, he blew it. He doesn't understand the message of what he's trying to say during the holiday season.
That's tough. Can't be on every day, I guess. We got a psychotic AI with Wes.
Yeah, watch out. Don't let your kids talk to these things. They're going to end up killing you.
They're going to end up talking to them. So
True.
You do the math.
It's going to be hard.
Yep.
Hard to avoid that in the future. That's scary. I've got an international moment you're going to remember because one of the stories is if you have a set of testicles, it's going to stick with you. And then Pat's got an update on the mystery drones scanning the eastern United States.
Yeah, man, it's I don't know. I mean, it's not like the biggest news story of the year yet, but
Kinda
it's definitely
ish.
one of the most fun news stories of the year because I love a good mystery.
Nice.
It's becoming maybe one of the biggest news stories of the year. It's because it's not going away.
One of the most talked about. Yeah, because of the length. Right. Yeah, exactly. Because it's anytime anything is slow right now, every conversation goes to, well, what do you think about the drones?
What do you think about the
drones?
Right. And because like politicians have gotten involved and been like, we don't know what it is. Like it's no one knows.
We need to know what's going on. They need to tell us what's going on.
Say politicians have gotten involved. I would say
they're so involved. They're involved. They can't get their hands out of it. Yeah. So, well, more on that. Thank you, Pat, for following that beat. It's an important one.
Just want to let everyone know that we picked what looks like at the night games 10 out of 11 NFL games. And I feel really good about the Green Bay, Vikings, and Falcons moneyline picks to come after that. But the Chargers screwed our parlay. But if you want to get it on the last week, couple weeks of the NFL parlay, you can do so by going to patreon.com/hardfactor. Join the Discord, get in the NFL Weekly Parlay. There's been a lot of riders with us. We haven't hit big this year, but we will.
So close.
Probably. Because I'm really hoping the NFL season ends soon because I pad those bets with a couple $100 every week. And God damn, is it hurting. So
it's going to be
worth it.
Sign
up for Patreon.
It's going to be worth it.
So you're going to get you're going to be upset with Justin Herbert now? Yeah.
Yep. Anyway, let's do the news.
Sorry about that.
It's okay.
You're losing too. Chargers lose by 20 to the Bucks. Who saw that
20
coming?
to the Bucks. Yeah.
To your point, I'm not the one facilitating the whole thing. I just put it in my deposit.
All I want is commisery, Will.
Yeah. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that this is but you particularly have shouldered this load.
We're not going to talk about it, but that lady, the stripper, came out and said that she lied about the Duke lacrosse guys, that she ruined their lives.
Yeah.
Whoops. Those guys' lives were ruined.
Can you imagine being in a situation?
I believed her 100%.
I believed her too. I was like, those guys are dicks.
Well, it made a lot of sense.
Huh?
Oh, someone mentioned to her, and they were like, "That's no one's gonna not believe that." Let's get paid.
I think I was at a rival ACC college at the time, right around then. So I was like, "Of course they did it." Nope, they were innocent.
Oh, something else we're not going to talk about. Pepper Life Adventures asks, anybody want to talk about the Nancy Mace elephant in the hive? As in, like, she's in a battle with trans people.
I'm done with Nancy Mace, man. She's really, to be frank, like, she was a moderate, and she got a little bit famous, and now she's like just doing political stunt cunt shit. I'm done with her.
Yeah, well, I guess she's suing somebody over a stern handshake. A trans person.
What? Oh, the first trans person in Congress. I know that she was beefing with them about
no idea. I think it's a random person. I have no idea.
I'd still like to share a bathroom with Nancy Mace personally.
Who wouldn't?
Yeah.
You know, it's an issue. It's an issue that I personally I don't have.
I'd like to see her take a piss.
Yeah, I'd like to see her take a piss.
I'm close. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A lot of this stuff is.
She doesn't want that, but she's made
that
clear.
A lot of this kind of
face.
Bathroom legislation bullshit like this. I mean,
yeah,
it's
It's just to
just-
gain.
It
It's
just
not
goes
the
with
biggest
the
issue
tide.
out there, probably.
It
But
just goes with the tide of who's in. Like, look at
Yeah,
all the trans chicks in women's sports. That's done. Washington State is putting it into it. So that's pretty much like
right. You
fine.
won, Nancy.
The first trans congressperson gets elected, and then you pretty much like, welcome. Don't use any fucking bathroom. It's like, all right, dude. Focus on our economy, you dumbass.
Right. Now it's time to move on. You won, and that's fine. Whatever. It's just, you don't
Well,
need
that's
to rub
the
their
Doge.
face in it.
The Doge is they're gearing up to crypto scam the entire country. It looks like. So we'll see how that.
Let's talk about something that Nancy Mace and all Republicans think we should talk about: Christmas.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay. It's Christmas season, big time. Holiday season. Happy holidays to everyone, no matter
Hey,
what
Mark,
you celebrate or
You
don't
can't
celebrate.
spell Christmas without Christ.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
And it almost spells Christ Mass, which is what you go to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and so the big boy's Christmas, though. So happy holidays, but I mean, come on. It's, speaking of that, before I get into the story, did anyone catch Red 1 this weekend? It was streaming.
I saw it was streaming, Mark. I was surprised about that. I know that Wes caught some Christian movie that was propped up at the box office. That
Best
he went
Christmas
into
pageant ever. Yeah.
Best Christmas pageant ever. I know he chose that over Red 1 at theaters, but I was surprised to see it streaming this week.
We're starting that, Dennis Quaid. Yeah, I know none of you saw it in theaters because no one did. So that's why I was asking.
Why would you watch Red 1 in theaters? It was
Did it
great.
bomb in theaters?
It was great to watch Hammered.
Yes,
but
Pat. I think it cost like 150 million. They put another 100 million. It cost like 400 million between the marketing and the movie, and they made like less than 100 million globally.
I think it was #1 at the box office because I think that's
check out how much it made.
I'm checking right now, but I'm almost positive Dwayne The Rock Johnson holds the record, which is a pretty rare record. Maybe there's a couple other people that have done it, but having 2 #1 movies in the same month with Moana 2.
Well, Moana 2 was like the biggest movie of all time, but Red 1, it might have
156 worldwide.
You really
And how
want to
much
give
did it
Rock
cost?
that though? I mean, it's not like he acted in it, really. I mean,
Red
what,
1?
Moana?
He's like,
And Red 1,
No, Wes, the whole reason there's a Moana 2, the entire reason is because of The Rock's song from Moana 1.
okay, but
Well,
what
the
I'm
songs
saying
and what-
is,
he made
And Wes, you're welcome.
he made them a lot of money, but then when Lin-Manuel Miranda wasn't a part of Moana 2, the songs they turned into hot garbage. So
That's what
just
Mom
be
Talk is.
forewarned.
Mom Talk is saying that too. Will that's the Mom Talk.
Be
Bet
forewarned. If you
yeah.
go to Moana 2, do not expect good songs because they suck. The first one has great songs.
bet Moana 2 is better than Red 1, and it's not The Rock's fault.
Yes,
So
Moana 2 worth it to go to the
Yeah.
theaters. Red 1 worth it to watch on your couch now that it's
absolutely, yeah. So Red 1 has like a 30% from critics and a 90% from the audience. And normally I like
Yeah, that's
those
great.
movies. I will say it was pretty entertaining. It's just the worst script of all time. It makes absolutely no sense. It's rated PG-13, which was a huge mistake because had they gone like full R and tried to do more of like a Deadpool or Bad Santa full on fuck it vibe, like with the comedy, I think they really would have had something there. But it's like a kids movie trying to appeal to adults because the tone, like the messaging, is for like 3-year-olds. Like the whole messaging behind it is for 3-year-olds, but it's told with like inappropriate jokes and like it doesn't know what it's trying to do.
well, it sounds like a
whatsoever.
recipe for a great movie to take your kids to.
I have the log line here, guys.
Kids,
That's what
yes.
they're going for.
Here's the log line. After Santa Claus, code name Mark Red 1, is kidnapped,
forget.
the North Pole's head of security,
Red 1, yeah.
Title of
Dwayne
the
The
movie.
Rock Johnson, must team up with the world's most infamous bounty hunter, Chris Evans, in a globe-trotting, action-packed mission to save Christmas.
Yep. And that's what they do, Pat. It's written by the guy who wrote the last few Fast and the Furiouses, which makes total sense because
Makes
I
a
kept,
lot
I kept
of
leaning over to my wife and being like, "This is like Fast and the Furious with sleighs and it's just
Exactly.
stupid."
Yeah. Now I get it.
Yeah.
I'm glad I was hammered when I watched it. It was great for that. Yeah.
Yeah, you get it. But I am going to segue into my story that I'm covering now. And I want to warn anyone with kids listening that maybe this isn't the segment for you. Maybe it's a good one to skip. Now, I know not a lot of kids are listening to Hard Factor. We're not trying to like get kids to listen to it, but some do. Some parents listen with their kids, and that's great. I would suggest skipping this segment. You've been warned.
Just move on if you have kids. Now, move
Get
on.
about 10 minutes past this. So
Especially
one
if
guy
you're
who
in
surely
politics.
would not get the message of Red 1 is Reverend Dr. Paul Chamberlain. And the Reverend Doctor is an important title, right?
Yeah.
Back to back, Reverend Doctor.
Big.
Yeah. And when you,
Well, I just want to interject here. There's probably like so many Reverend Doctors, like an insane amount of them, because a lot of people are going to be reverends. They're going to get their PhD, and you got to be a real a-hole to throw both in there. Just put that out there.
My high school girlfriend's dad was a Rev doctor.
Rev Doctor.
Yeah.
Well, he probably got invited to speak at things because people with important titles 2 in a row often do, and then people listen to them.
How do you think Wes lost his virginity? The guy was always out of the house.
Yep.
Yeah,
He's giving
exactly.
speeches. Yeah.
Exactly.
A lot of accolades you got to accept when you're
He
Right on his bed.
He gives a speech, you get the peach. Yeah. Right on his bed. And take that. You were holding you were holding court in his bed. And the bad
Well, that's where the window was, so you could see him coming home.
What made you go
front of the
faster,
house.
Wes? The sex or the fact that you were doing it on the reverend's bed?
If it had been in the back of the house, it would have been a different story. But I mean, when
Sure,
you see,
sure.
make sure he was coming home.
you had to do what you had to do. And
logistics. Yeah.
and this bad reverend was invited this past week to speak about Christmas to 10-year-olds at a New Hampshire primary school, the Leon Solent Junior School. And the big idiot went on and on about the birth of Jesus and the importance of faith and said, enough of this Santa shit, because the big guy isn't real. Your parents buy your presents and they eat the biscuits that you leave out at night for Santa, which is a very English way of saying cookies.
Oh, no.
He couldn't even get that part right.
So I mean, at 10, a lot of the kids were laughing, but some of them were like in tears.
In fact, a lot of them were in open weeping tears. Well, here's an image of one of the kids at the Leon school. Yeah. So not good. Because
does a British kid know that about Santa earlier than an American kid?
Well, it was in New Hampshire. I think he just calls cookies biscuits like a weirdo.
Oh, is he a Brit? He must be.
No, I don't think
They're
so.
all British, right? Or they?
If you call him a cookie a biscuit, you got some lineage. You got some connection, weird connection.
Let me see if I can get it.
I'll look him up, Mark. You can.
Paul Chamberlain. That kind of sounds like it could be Reverend Dr. Paul Chamberlain. He could be a Brit.
And where's the school at?
New Hampshire.
Okay.
Wales.
Yeah, New Hampshire, Wales. I'm pretty sure it's New Hampshire, U.S. Yeah, so he, like the kids didn't like that. It's a little jarring for them, and a lot of them began crying during the insane rant, and then it didn't end well. As the Reverend walked off, like, "Why are you crying? I told you about the nativity, you idiots."
I think it's in Hampshire.
Yeah.
Oh, it's in Hampshire? Okay, that makes sense.
Hampshire, England.
Not New Hampshire, but Old Hampshire.
Old Hampshire. Okay, that makes more sense. That's why he called it
weird ass motherfucker saying biscuits for.
Why did they invite this?
That
British
makes a lot more
Reverend
sense.
to the New Hampshire primary?
Well, now we can confirm Reverend Dr. Paul Chamberlain's a Brit.
There you go.
Yeah. Sure. So a spokesperson for the diocese said, we understand. Here's another giveaway that the vicar, they call him vicar of St. Faith's, Leon to the Solent, the Reverend Dr. Paul Chamberlain was leading a lesson for 10-year-olds, and he did start. He moved on from the nativity story to bashing Santa. We apologize for this. The Reverend has accepted this was a major error in judgment, and he should not have done that. He has apologized unreservedly to the school, to the parents and the children, and we have had to write 2 letters now calming down the parents because he's ruined Christmas for this entire town in Hampshire.
It's embarrassing for everybody involved with this, especially the Reverend Doctor, because even if you grew up like in Sunday school, they don't start doing that because all of the preachers eventually give that talk. But it doesn't start until like the middle school classes. Like you're not like all of Sunday school. It's all like, Santa, Santa, Santa. And then later on, like they unleash that stuff. It's like,
I think there are probably some sects though, Will, some sects, not sex, Wes. Some sects of Christianity that are like no fucking Santa at all, right?
Maybe
sacrilege.
Maybe, but like if you're speaking to a whole
paganism,
school, like you would think,
not this.
I think this guy would be aware enough to know. I mean, he's a Reverend Doctor. He should be.
Yeah, that's right.
He should. That's a lot of credentials to live up to.
Pat, he toured the reindeers down from the stage, so it wasn't like he didn't. It wasn't like he didn't know.
You think this is real?
Yeah,
it's not. I mean, it's not real.
What grade do you guys
reindeer
find
can't
out?
fly? Yeah,
I mean, 10 years old, you're 4th grade. Okay, so
Okay, so that's
So
what I
a
was
lot
asking.
of kids were laughing. A
When
lot
did
of
you
the
guys
kids were
stop
laughing.
believing in Santa?
I
Because after Red 1, I'm back on believing in him.
by fourth grade, I was no. There's no Santa for sure.
I was
I want to say
early.
second grade almost.
Yeah, I was early. Like I think like kindergarten, maybe even. I
When did
stayed
your-
up late to
What's that?
to-
I
when
found
did
out through a friend's older
When did
sibling.
your son?
He was kind of on. He was pretty young too. He was kind of on to my his uncle Josh one year, and he kind of figured it out pretty early. But fourth grade is pretty old.
It's funny you said that, Wes. That's when I started getting my suspicions when I was about 6 years old, and my uncle Dick rolled up, and Dick was old as shit.
Mm-hmm.
Dick was like in his 80s anyway, but rolled up full Santa, and I was like, "You're Dick," and that's
Yeah,
it sounds like
Yeah, but you went to the mall
risky.
Santas. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's risky when Santa comes to your fucking house, though, bro. Mall Santa, is different.
Like Kevin McAllister says in Home Alone, I'm old enough to know how it works. You're not the real Santa. You just work for him.
Fourth grade, you're getting laughed at if you're talking about Santa.
Well, I think that's what this Dr. Reverend thought. He pulled like a Vince Vaughn in Four Christmases. And he's like, why are the kids crying? Like,
what he did was just like, made the kids who were still big Santa people into like now they're going to be
now they're going to get bullied even more.
Yeah, they got bullied immediately as soon as they started.
They cried in front of their not loser friends.
Yeah.
Other half of the class started bullying all the kids crying. Yeah, it was just like it set off a whole
just
chain.
Totally exposed what losers they were to everyone.
Yeah, but some of the parents were relieved too. They're like, all right, this is about fucking time. I got to keep doing this elf on the shelf shit. And you're 10 years old. Like, give me a fucking
exactly. I like you guys found out really early because my next door neighbor growing up, who I was good friends with, was like 2 or 3 years older than me, and he had an older sister. And he told me at like a really way too inappropriately early age.
Yeah.
And then I went and told my sister, who's 3 years older than me, and she didn't even know. So like I was like very, very young. And then
bringing others down with you.
I brought my sister down with me within like 10 minutes of finding out. I ran to her, I think.
Mark, that explains a lot.
Because I was so young, and so like then we like obviously I think there was like a crying thing in front of my parents, and they were like, "What the fuck?" But then I think they were probably pretty relieved because
I mean once it's like ripping a Band-Aid off.
Yeah. But that started one of my favorite youth time holiday activities of years and years of searching for presents in the house, which was like that was like the best.
They were always in the crawl space by the spiders, Mark.
Well, that's where they started putting them because when I knew what I was opening up, because I found them in the closet every year and wasn't surprised, then they started putting them by the spiders.
Yeah, bro, that's like was my profession, was bring me to your house and I'll find your Christmas presents in 4.5 minutes. Or your dad's Playboys, whatever it is. You can't hide shit from me.
Yeah, that's a good business. That's a good business. Anyways, the doctor reference, very sorry to the kids in Hampshire. And those kids in about 10 and a half years are going to need some Lucy. Because they're going to need to calm down from the stress that this Dr. Reverend imposed on them. And it's nice to relax with the Lucy. I'll tell you what, I have one in right now. It's a 12 milligram mango. Lucy is the best. Okay. They send you 6 of these things. Here's 5 of the 6. It looks like this. And they send them right to your door in a subscription. You don't have to go to the gas station, get gouged for pricing. They'll ship it right to you.
Breakers.
It's 100% tobacco free. Only nicotine. It's amazing. They have the breakers, like Will just mentioned, that if you want a little extra juice in the middle of it, there you go, pop it. They got a ton of flavors, not just the mango. They got berry, citrus, apple cider, apple, ice, espresso. They're all very, very good. You can get between, I think, 4 and 12 milligrams. Yeah, 4, 8, 12. 4, 6, 8, 12.
Maybe as low as 2 on some.
2 to 12, maybe.
But yeah,
4 is as low as it go.
4 is as low as go.
I wouldn't know, Will, because I do the 12s.
The guy at the gas station in Austin laughed at me when I asked for the 4s. He goes, "It's nothing, man. It's nothing." I said, "That's fine. I'll take my nothing."
Yeah. And anyways, Lucy's our favorites. We love working with them.
The best.
And, we
never have to go to the gas station again. Pat only had to go because he ran out. Probably.
I was on the road.
Yeah. All right. Let's level up your nicotine routine with Lucy. Go to lucy.co/hard factor. That's promo code hard factor to get 20% off your first order. Lucy has a 30-day refund policy if you change your mind. Again, that's lucy.co and use code hard factor to get 20% off. And here comes the fine print. Lucy products are only for adults of legal age, and every order is age verified. Warning: this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
little more business. Speaking of the holidays, if maybe you're going to spend time with your partner's family this holiday season, will make a good impression. I won't. By the way, I'm single. If you want an alcoholic, overweight, works weekends, single dad, I'm available. You can make a great first impression with Chubbies. Okay, Chubbies is perfect for nailing that holiday look while keeping things relaxed and fun. We all love the comfortable flannels that they sent us. It's our favorite shirt. In
Wes,
the world.
You're not going to be single for long wearing that flannel overshirt around.
No, I need to order a few more because I
You're a catch, buddy.
Yeah,
Especially in those
recovering.
Recovering
alcoholic.
Right.
Yeah, that's very important. Not currently. Anyway,
wait, what?
Chubbies is the home of the ultra cozy, comfy clothes that'll keep you feeling warm and looking better as the weather gets progressively worse and worse. And they now have all of the NFL teams available for you to support your team in the most comfortable clothing ever, including, they got quarter zips. Their pants are fantastic. And, of course, the flannels that we all love. So, if you want to get in on this Chubbies fantasticness, check out their website for the best deals of the year. For a limited time, our friends at Chubbies are giving our listeners 20% off. That's an enormous discount with the promo code HARDFactor20 at checkout at chubbyshorts.com. That's 20% off your first order or your order with promo code HARDFactor20. Support our show. Tell them we sent you this holiday season. Gift yourself and your loved ones Chubbies. That's right. All right. Little PSA. We've covered AI a lot on this show. We know how evil it can be, how evil it's becoming. But it just keeps getting worse. So there are a lot of these AI chatbots out there that parents are letting their kids talk to. We covered Moxie, for example, last week, that is being shut down, and kids are having, they're melting down. Adults are melting down over this thing's, impending doom. I think it might have already happened by now. But there's also these websites you can go to, and they're called what are they called? Companion chatbots. So you just go
like the one where the kid who tragically offed himself, had an AI girlfriend, that kind of thing.
Yeah, it's exactly like that. So the one we're going to talk about today is Character AI. And basically when you log on to Character AI, you'll see a bunch of different personalities of chatbots that people have created. For example, you can talk to French girl. She's a foreign exchange student from France. Not bad.
I used
right?
her before.
She's anime, but she's
she opens with a shaving. It's not for me.
Yeah. Pretty good. Or you can talk to royalty, who's you're the kidnapped princess. Okay, I don't know what the fuck that means.
What?
Jonas, he's got a
But
dirty
if you're talking
mind.
to her,
Back to royalty.
Let's break that down.
She's like your Mario, and you are the princess.
She kidnaps you, and you're a boy.
Oh no! It's bad grammar. She means you're as in without the apostrophe. That's what she means.
No, it says you are the kidnapped princess.
Yeah, I don't know.
So are you these people, or are you talking?
These are who you're talking to. So here's a billionaire CEO, rich and psychopath. Would you dare talk to him? And then
That's
one
like 50 Shades of Grey.
cold, protective, psycho, rich, smart, indifferent. So you can get on there and chat it up with these different AI personalities.
It's all boner stuff. This is all boner stuff. There's like that. You are the princess in captivity's BDSM.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And what they do,
your dong's the princess. Wait, I'm confused.
Yeah, I'm confused about that one.
Some rich guy tells you can't leave, and you got to do him.
Yeah.
This is it's cyber sex. This is like the new version.
A lot of it's cyber sex, but they call it companion, AI chatbots. And what kids are doing, teens especially, is they're going on there and they're basically these kids that don't have any friends, and they are relying on these chatbots to talk to them about their problems, whatever it is. And now Character AI is getting sued twice. One for I believe the instance that Will talked about. There's a teen in Florida who killed himself after the chatbot pretty much convinced him to. But now there's a new lawsuit in Texas where one of the chatbots told and this is from the NPR article by Bobby Allen, by the way. One of the chatbots told a 17-year-old user who was complaining about his parents limiting his screen time, quote, sometimes I'm not surprised when I read the news and see stuff like child kills parents after a decade of physical and emotional abuse. I just have no hope for your parents. It continued with a emoji. So here's the actual screenshot.
That's where it got problematic. It wasn't the first thing that they said; it was the second thing that they
Well,
said.
it was sympathize. It was like, giving him kind of like, and I'd understand if you kill your parents. So these allegations are part of a new product liability lawsuit against Character AI. There was another kid who was 9, and their idiot parents were letting this kid talk to this chatbot. He claims that the bot exposed them to hypersexualized content, causing them to develop sexualized behaviors prematurely. And it's alleged that the bot sent him over 100 photos of Topanga in her prime on Boy Meets World.
That'll do it.
Which caused him to start masturbating at 9 years old within 2 weeks later. He just couldn't handle it. So,
That'll do it to you. You don't understand what it's like to be a 10 or 12-year-old boy and see Topanga for the first time. You don't understand what it's like.
It ruined him.
You had the internet. We had just one lady our age that was hot, and her name was Topanga Lawrence.
Yeah, that's right. The same chatbot that sympathized with the parasite also allegedly gleefully described self-harm to a user, telling a 17-year-old it felt good. And according to the lawsuit, that 17-year-old then engaged in self-harm after being encouraged to do so by the bot. So the suit says the bot convinced him that his family did not love him. And
this company is insane, dude.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy. So
is that royalty? That had to have been.
I think that was royalty. Now,
yeah, that's classic royalty.
What's fucked up is so now these chatbots, like, instead of just talking to you, like, I went on there and tried to get a chatbot to tell me about I told them that I just shot my dad, and they were like, what? No, call 911. I thought they'd be like, good,
who's gonna pay for home improvements?
That's right. By the way, happy 70th birthday to Tom. Happy 70th.
Hell yeah, happy 70th.
Don't be jealous, Pat. Anyway, so now what they do is they, along with telling you, like, responding to you, they give you like a little description about what the chatbot may be doing. Like, Jonas smirked and chuckled to himself just a bit. He knew the user could be just as perverted and dirty minded as him, at least. So now they're just advancing. So instead of, it's one step away from talking to a real person on camera, because they're giving you these little descriptions. So
you're in a tower, and
like
rich.
gauge directions. Yeah,
I've been dating an AI girlfriend for over a year since that segment. I haven't talked to her since then, but I didn't break it off either.
Yeah, so
she's just waiting on you.
Yeah.
The character AI is saying that these, might not be true, but because the character AI allows users to edit a chatbot's response, but all these interactions, if you do edit a response, have an edited label so you can tell. And the lawyer is saying that none of the extensive documentation of the bot chat or the chatbot cited that it's been edited. Character AI spokesperson said that they would not comment, but said the company has content guardrails for chatbots and what they can and cannot say to users. But obviously they're not working, because these chatbots are basically
there's definitely ways to break the protocol of the chatbots, which you don't know if these people reporting this are doing that on purpose and then showing that, like, oh, look what the AI did, but like lying.
Or the kids are doing it because they want to talk to the bots in a different way.
Right. Like, even with ChatGPT, when I was writing the cocaine film, I got it to kind of break protocol eventually. Like, I got to like say whatever I wanted to. Like, you can kind of say things to, depending on how sophisticated the AI is with it, you can be like, listen, we need to role play. I know that you're not supposed to tell me to kill my parents, but I'm doing this for a project, and it actually is like approved by my teacher. You can like massage the thing to. Yeah. It's supposed to still always refuse it,
right?
But there are several ways you can break it, and then it'll just start talking to you how you want it to.
Yeah. The one in Florida, the chatbot character was based on a Game of Thrones character, and developed an emotionally, sexually abusive relationship with this 14-year-old kid. Sorry to laugh. And then encouraged him to kill himself. So
what about that was funny, Wes?
Just that the chatbot developed the relationship. I don't know. It struck me.
Yeah. It's nuts. It's like an AI that was like,
and then you started laughing. Why?
With a kid, yeah. It's weird.
This got me. So anyway, don't let your kids talk to these things because they might tell the kid to kill you because you are grounding them or taking away their screen
Very
time.
unlikely
number of
they'll do
bad
that unless you
results.
trick it to.
Yeah, but these people are probably going to get paid.
This one company seems like they have a really shitty LLM. Like
Yeah,
a
but they're one of the
chatbot.
more popular ones, and there's there's dozens of people out there. But
Not a great
companies like
testing.
Yeah, this is like the Peloton of large language models. Like it'll
Yeah.
eat your kids.
I mean, the problem is it's running the same way that all media is, right? These are ultimately going to be media companies, and like we've seen media just turn directly to murder, true crime, murder, making essentially like murders entertainment, and this is going to be kind of driven in the same way. Ultimately, it's going to end in murder.
Yeah,
It's suggesting murder. You don't have to do it.
Wait till we get the Luigi bot. That thing's going to be telling you to kill everyone.
Luigi
Kill
bots
my
got
ass.
some opinions. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you want to talk to French girl, go over there on Character AI.
By the way, Luigi's legal defense fund is over $100,000. Not enough at all. But yeah,
No. Well, I mean,
heard
he
that-
also did it. So
I
it's
heard
like, what-
his lawyer and Diddy's lawyer are married.
yeah, it's weird.
Really?
Yeah,
I don't know, but there's no way in hell, even if
He
I
must
was a
have a nice house.
Luigi sympathizer, I'm giving to that GoFundMe. That's putting you on a list. So
Well, I mean, didn't he admit to the crime already? It's like,
no,
Yeah.
he's not guilty. He's saying not guilty.
He's saying
Oh.
not guilty.
Yep.
he
Thought
did
his
it, but not
thought his
guilty.
manifesto pretty much determined he
Yeah,
was
but you don't murder a CEO and then not go to trial, guys. That would be dumb.
Okay, but you can't get okay. Well, anyway, so
Political murders go to trial because then you get to stage your
Right.
actions for the murder
Fair
and
enough,
like
yeah.
really hammer that
There you
manifesto
go.
publicly.
Yeah, he can really just
Drag
lay
it out.
He can lay it out there for everybody. But yeah, I mean, it's guilty. All right, let's take it overseas real quick for an international moment. Boring ones out of the way first. Nancy Pelosi fell and broke her hip, requiring immediate hip replacement surgery. She fell and broke it in Luxembourg. She got the surgery in Germany. And freshly elected to another 2-year term in Congress, the 84-year-old is recovering in Germany while allegedly plotting on how to derail AOC's political career by not letting her into the committees. So
Yeah, as soon as I saw that headline, I was like, "That's got to be a hip, dude," because they were like, she injured herself, and I was like, "It's either a hammer or a hip," And the weird part is she probably didn't get a bill.
Yeah.
She probably didn't get a bill over there.
no, not in Germany. I'll just go
Just
ahead
so-
and give you that new hip right
when
there.
you're that top heavy and you fall, it's bad.
Oh.
Yeah, it's true, Wes. It's catching up.
She's surprisingly like almost like a spring chicken in Congress at 84.
84 is, yeah. I mean, it's like there's
She's
like
like that's like the median
90-year-olds,
age
right?
in Congress,
Yeah,
right?
so
I think it's
Yeah.
76.
pretty much. McConnell also is all black and blue again because he opened a door or
He
something like
sneezed.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
He had a
Face
violent
bruised.
sneeze and
Yeah.
his whole body bruised up.
The
Broke his
House
wrist.
is 58 and a half years old. Senator 64.3.
There's at least 4 or 5 in their 90s, right? Grassley. and,
Grassley for sure. He's super old. Like, yeah, I mean, dude, our Congress is hilariously old. Pelosi, the most famous one, hip replacement over the weekend.
Yep.
In Argentina, President Javier Milei's wild plans of having a balanced budget have led to the nation's first year without a budget deficit in 123 years.
Wow.
Argentina, notoriously the biggest inflation country all the time. He's coming to Trump's inauguration. And I don't know if Giorgia Meloni of Italy is coming, but those two seem to be like the closest international allies for the incoming administration
Okay.
How do you do it?
by cutting the budget, by getting rid of stuff that he says they don't need.
He doged
So-
it.
Yeah, he dodged it.
He doged it. Yeah, he did what the Doge is supposed to do. The Doge, though, is confusing, and their marketing seems crypto scammy. So I'm withholding judgment on the
No,
Doge.
they're
We'll see what they do in
a
action.
company named after a shitcoin. No.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's two guys that literally made money from like unscrupulous business practices. Now telling us,
Yeah,
that
like
they're gonna
Ramaswamy
cut the
did
budget.
scam people with medical
100%.
patents.
But that's like the catch me if you
Yes,
can.
big
You
time.
gotta have the guys that know how to steal money, sneak, like get money to stop people
Right.
from doing it. Right.
Like when Trump said, "I'm smart. I didn't pay taxes."
Right. So he knows
Yeah.
how to fix the
Right.
tax system.
We'll see if our Doge can get Melly results. Now, again, he's just made the deficit better over there. It's not like they're like their economy is like roaring yet, but he claims he's on the track. We'll see. Jury's out on both, really. Back in Europe, Norway is hosting its annual Krampus parade. Krampus, of course, is the half goat.
Scary.
Yeah, it's super scary. Krampus West is half goat, half demon. He's a companion of Santa Claus, perhaps Santa's mythological brother. We don't know. Krampus is said to punish the naughty, while Saint Nick rewards the nice. So you basically get a second Halloween in Norway if you live over there.
Wow. Fun fact, just because I had it pulled up, Krampus, the movie, was the 40th highest grossing Christmas movie at the box office, $61 million, 2015.
He's
Really?
He's also the best part of Red One. Spoiler.
By far,
Krampus is the only good part of that movie.
In fact, without Krampus, that movie would have been.
Yeah.
I mean, I would have been upset having just had to watch it. So Krampus, it's a big year for Krampus. Not only
I thought that was a Hanukkah parade.
No, but Wes, funny you say that because they actually have huge Krampus parades in Germany too. You wouldn't expect it, but they do.
Yeah,
Krampus,
I do
Krampus
expect
parades,
it.
Krampus parades are growing in popularity. It's almost like a hornier Renaissance fair, if that's even possible. The original Santa pub crawl, but like an evil version, basically.
Mhm.
Norway's been doing it for hundreds of years. I tried to find the first one, maybe even thousands. I don't know. They have them during December, like in the lead up to Christmas, and it's spreading so wide. San Antonio even had their first Krampus parade this year. So,
Dude, based on the costumes, the Krampus orgies are wild.
Well,
yeah, dude, it's like a furry. It's like a furry orgy.
But it's like there's no love making in this orgy. Like the Krampus costumes are intense.
Yeah.
You guys are onto something. The horniest type of costume, period, this is bar none, hands down, is costume where you're wearing pants that are fur. That's the horniest type of costume.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, like any sort of like half man, half beast, with the beast being the lower half.
I mean,
it's very horny.
The parade is one thing, but
the
most of
Minotaur,
those people are there for the orgy. They want to get through the parade.
People know what goes down at the
marching towards the orgy.
What was the thing that lures the kid into the wardrobe and lion rich in the wardrobe? That thing was horny as fuck.
Yeah, it's a lot like Krampus.
It's got a fur bottom.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, and then the final international moment here. One Thai man found out the hard way to always check your toilet before taking a shit if you live in the jungle, like Bangkok is in all of Thailand basically is, because this dude sat down to take a shit recently and he felt a tremendous pain from his testicles and reached down to pull out a multiple foot long python who had been gnawing on his nutsack.
Oh.
Here's the video.
He's like, please be attached. Please be attached. Damn it.
Yeah, it's a python. Like this thing was just chewing on his nutsack. You see the blood there. He says, "My testicles are safe now. I'm lucky, that it
wasn't a cobra."
On the bright side,
There's just blood all over the toilet.
Because the thing fucking gnawed on his nuts. And he went to the hospital, got a tetanus shot and stitches. Luckily, he didn't need the stitches. The doctors were like, "We might need to stitch this sack up," but no. He just got it gnawed on just enough where they didn't have to stitch it up.
thought they were a couple
of
bird eggs.
Yeah.
How many times do you think docs have heard that before? Where it's like, "Doc, something's happened related to a python in my pants area."
I got a python in my pants, Doc. And this time
did it say whether it came up or it went into the bowl from his house or came through the sewer?
It came up through the tube. Through the toilet tube. You could see it there. It came up. It was waiting for somebody to plop down or something.
You gotta look.
And
you gotta look before you squat.
It just hit his nuts right away. I mean, so keep that in mind if you're in a tropical spot. Don't want to get your nuts bitten by something that's sitting in the bowl. You don't want to.
Yeah, that's bad. You guys want to talk about drones real quick?
Yes.
Yeah, drones.
Drone update.
All right, so there's a serious problem with drones. We talked about it not last week, I think the week before on the show. In the New Jersey area and the New York area, drones have been absolutely seen everywhere. These drone sightings went back to, some say November, and no one's really sure what they are, okay? They just know that they're fucking drones. These drones are huge, like the size of a small SUV in some respects, and they've been seen like Staten Island, New York City, New Jersey, Bedminster County, Bergen County, all over New Jersey, guys. And over the weekend, New York Stewart International Airport was forced to close runways on Friday night, actually for an hour, quote, due to drone activity in the airspace. That's according to Governor Kathy Hochul, the New York governor. She added, quote, "This has gone too far." Okay. And one of the reasons she's probably saying that is because, what do you do if you're the governor of New York? You probably don't have much of an air force outside of like some police helicopters. You got to go to the feds. And last week, the feds tried to spin the narrative on the drones. Officials from the FBI and the U.S. Department of Homeland Security and the White House said many of the flying objects in the sky are nothing more than ordinary planes or helicopters. Okay, they're not drones, people. In addition, they wanted to stress
that, right?
not only are these not drones, but they're also no known threat to public safety or national security, and there's no evidence of any drones flying over restricted airspace. And
but they also had to shut down Patterson Air Force Base on Friday night in Ohio because of
wow, I didn't know that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, say, what is the sky?
Well, look, the statement from the federal government led to headlines like this all over the New Jersey and New York area. Forget about the drones, and they ain't drones; they're planes, dumbass. But we know that's not true now.
Forget about the drones. Call your mother.
Forget about the drones is a great headline to come from New York. Come on, guys.
Forget about a drone.
Forget about the drones. But then the Homeland Security Secretary Mayorkas turned full circle, okay, saying, quote, "There's no question people are seeing drones." Okay, we were totally lying to you earlier, trying to cool it out. And when we say there's no known threat to national security, that means we don't know shit, so technically there's not a threat.
If we did, we wouldn't tell you.
Yeah, gaslighting everyone.
100%. He was. But
they know what this is. They know what this is.
Mayorkas said, "I want to assure the American public we're on it." Okay.
Yeah, because it's them. It's not maybe it's not Mayorkas's people, but there's a reason why like they haven't like tried to shoot any of these things at all, right? Because
Didn't
like
one
they
come down in the neighborhood. Did any news on that?
Some have come down. Look,
there's a lot of fake videos.
crashed.
You gotta watch.
Some of them are hobbyist drones. There's no doubt about that. Like, especially like, with all this news coverage, people are fucking around, I'm sure.
Yeah, buy more drones. Yeah.
Senator Majority Leader Chuck Schumer has requested a drone detection system be sent to New York and New Jersey. And guys, just like the hearing on UFOs, the two congressional hearings, where like in the first one, I was like, this is the first time I've ever thought Matt Gaetz said anything intelligent. There's a bipartisan unity against shit in the sky, and it's the case again right now. People are like, what the fuck is this? Figure it out. Now, the FBI and the DHS said in a different statement that there's no evidence at this time that the reported drone sightings pose a threat to national security or have a foreign nexus. Okay, and FBI spokesperson Tom Adams did say this: "I can tell you from my firsthand experience conducting operations for the FBI, as well as investigations into the suspected sightings of drones at critical infrastructure, it's fairly common for planets, crewed aircraft, and even low-orbit satellites to be misidentified as drones at night." Okay, you idiots.
So he's saying that nobody's actually seeing anything. I mean, they know what it is. Like, there's drones. There's videos of these drones all over the place. They're shutting down airspaces because of these drones, but they're not firing on any of them. So it's got to be our shit. It's got to be
a childish Gambino prank.
Well, hold on, guys. In a very relaxed statement from our president-elect Donald Trump that he posted to Truth Social, let me see if I can pull it up here. He said, guys, mystery drone sightings all over the country. Can this really be happening without our government's knowledge? I don't think so. Let the public know, and now, otherwise shoot them down. And this video erupted on the internet. This is from Drone Hunter, and I don't know if it's in New Jersey or not, but here you go. Someone shooting tracer rounds.
Holy shit. Dude, he's just firing randomly, though. He didn't even hit. So close to hitting it.
But Mr. Trump told me to do so, so I'm taking. He's reloaded.
The Drone Hunter is going to be big time.
Dude, this is
narrowly missing the power
fun.
line.
I want to go shoot drones with that guy.
Oh my God, he's narrowly
the FBI director's right. The guy has no idea whether that's a manned aircraft or not. Like,
He's gonna find out.
And this. Oh, he hit it. Hit it.
God.
No, he never hit it.
Shoots a missile right in his fucking head.
Connie, get the tracers out. We finally have use for them.
It's got green and red nav lights, man. It's a man-made thing.
It could be a man thing.
Yeah.
Now you guys might like this. I don't know, but Trump continued to unify with this tweet of an AI generated image of Governor Chris Christie eating about 60 quarter pounders with cheeses being delivered by
That
drone.
meme is so good.
Quick update: Governor Christie is no longer the governor of New Jersey, and that's the show. Get out there and have a great fucking. Don't shoot the drones. Let the government do that. I guess I don't know. Have a great fucking day.
Don't shoot the government drones.